The time now 8:13. We're about a week away from the start of hurricane season, which means now is the time to prepare, along with making an evacuation plan, restocking your hurricane kit. It's important to go over your insurance policy, what's covered, what's not, what you need to know about the particulars. And Insurance Commissioner Jim Donelon joins us with some tips. Good morning to you.
Good morning, John.
Let me hit the elephant in the room first, and that is the insurance market. There was the $45 million the state, through the legislature, put up as an incentive program. People are still having trouble, as you know,
Absolutely.
much better than I, finding affordable insurance. Where do we go from here?
The money went out 3 weeks ago. I did phone calls with all 8 companies Friday during the day and finished up on Monday morning. 3 of the companies that took incentive money are at their capacity for coverage for writing exposure in St. Tammany, Orleans, and Jefferson. The other 5 are open and opening for those parishes and every other parish.
So for the people in those parishes you mentioned, the first 3, I mean, are they just out of luck?
No. Look at the 8 companies that are writing. We're going to have a link today or tomorrow to agents appointed by each of those companies for each parish that they're appointed in. Look at that and pick them in your parish and call those agents.
So you still think there will be some relief?
Oh, absolutely. No question.
All right, I wanted to get that out of the way because we want to talk about what you need to know about your insurance, including the fact that there's a deductible you need to be aware of.
Big deductible. Number one, though, access the National Flood Insurance Program. Best insurance buy any property owner anywhere in our state can make, even though they're trying to raise the rates to put it on an actuarially sound basis. It's still subsidized significantly by the federal government, benefits Louisiana more than any other state in the union. Number 2, to your deductible question, hurricane, named storm, wind and hail deductibles. 2, 3, a third of our policies, 5%. Not of your claim, your loss, it's 5% of your insured value, typically $200,000 in our state. That's a $10,000 out-of-pocket expense before your coverage kicks in to replace your roof that got
people
blown
need
up.
to be prepared for.
Exactly. $10,000 is more money than most folks have lying around.
So what question should you ask your insurance agent?
You call your agent, go over all your insurance issues, life insurance, long-term care, health insurance, and property and auto insurance while we're thinking about it at this time of the year. Know what your deductibles are, know what your coverages are, your maximum coverage.
For the insured, what's the biggest mistake we make when
Not knowing and not being prepared for that hurricane or named storm deductible, it's diminishing. It started with Katrina Rita, my own wife, calling me at the office. Did you know we have a 2% named storm or hurricane deductible?
Right.
While she was handling our claim. With that, and then with Gustav in 08, Baton Rouge had blue tarps for years afterwards because people couldn't come up with that $10,000 to match their coverage to get a new roof put on their homes. Number 3, do an inventory of your house. Go through it with your cell phone. Take pictures of all your valuables, your carpeting, all of it. It will be an invaluable tool when you have a claim. 4th, if you evacuate, take your insurance documents with you so that you can start making your claim from wherever you are sooner rather than later.
maybe have a digital backup too? All right.
Absolutely.
Jim Donelon, Insurance Commissioner, thanks for your time
Glad
this
to be
morning.
with you.